Ladies and gentlemen, behold the crucible of all human achievement, the battlefield of the mind. This single arena will determine whether you spend your life drifting among the masses or seizing the extraordinary destiny that lies dormant within you. In that silent realm between your ears, victory is either claimed with unwavering authority or forfeited to doubt, to fear, to all the weak illusions that whisper you cannot. If you yearn to develop unbreakable mental toughness, a mind that storms the gates of adversity with unstoppable force, then fix your eyes on your definite purpose. For purpose is the blazing torch that lights the path ahead. Purpose is the unyielding magnet that draws you forward when the night is dark and all the world lies asleep. Without it, your energy disperses like mist on the wind, your spirit disintegrates in the face of minor challenges, and your fate slips into the hands of mere circumstance. Purpose sharpens you into a spear of blazing intent. Purpose becomes the fuel igniting your every action. It transforms ordinary men into unstoppable conquerors. This single clear aim answers every question of why with such force that any notion of retreat or laziness becomes unthinkable. A man or woman armed with definitive purpose stands taller than the tallest mountain because in that clarity lies an electric power no storm can tear apart. Once your purpose roars in your heart, your next weapon is self-discipline. Without discipline, your mind betrays you at every turn. You become a prisoner of your own indulgences, your fleeting moods, your unguarded impulses. The man who cannot command his own thoughts, words, and deeds will never be fit to command anything of true worth in this life. To control your tongue is to cultivate wisdom. To control your thoughts is to cultivate might. To control your actions is to manifest your destiny. When your own emotions lash out like storms upon the sea, it is self-discipline that stands at the helm, steering you through chaos. And I tell you, firmly, discipline is not a punishment. It is the key that unlocks every door labeled freedom. The moment you master yourself, no external force can shatter you. Yet, discipline alone is only a portion of the arsenal. Persistence is the unstoppable battering ram you must wield whenever life batters you to your knees. And trust me, life will. The question is not if, but when you will taste defeat's bitter tang. True greatness is discovered in that moment when you feel the weight of the world pressing down on your spirit and you summon the strength to stand anyway. Champions, legends, and victors, they have all met the cruel fist of failure. The difference is they rose again. They rose beyond the sting of exhaustion, the suffocating blanket of doubt, the mockery of those who never dared. They rose until the world had no choice but to bow. Quitting, you see, is the disease of mediocrity. It is the silent acceptance that maybe you aren't cut out for the dream you so earnestly claimed you wanted. But to persist beyond reason, persist beyond rational hope. This is what elevates you from a mere participant in life's game to the commanding champion of your own fate. Alongside persistence, carry with you faith as your invisible armor. Faith is the unwavering belief in your potential, in the strength that courses through your veins, in the outcome you can already see in your mind's eye. Without faith, even your most radiant talents dull to rust, and the visions of your best future rot on the vine. Faith is that intangible, unstoppable conviction that you will triumph even if every other person on earth points and laughs. Faith transforms a savage wilderness of impossibility into a fertile ground of new frontiers. It converts every towering obstacle into a stepping stone. When the world grows frigid with doubt, faith keeps your inner fire blazing. And none of this muscle of mind or spirit matters if you fail to seize the power of decision. Weakness festers in hesitation. Strength rushes in through decisive action. Make your choices, swiftly commit with your entire being. Once the call is made, burn every fallback plan. Indecision is the slow, choking poison that kills momentum. Decision, on the other hand, infuses your entire life with electric force. By deciding, you breathe life into your purpose and declare war on the drifting habit that claims so many lives in silent tragedy. Fear and doubt are parasites that leech away your greatness, draining your confidence, your ambition, and your precious time. You must evict them with ruthless aggression. Fear is a liar that cowers under the bright lamp of truth. Doubt is the cunning thief that steals your destiny while you stand by, paralyzed. The mind subjugated by fear becomes a caged mind hobbled by invisible shackles. The mind ruled by courage, however, becomes a blazing star that reshapes the world around it. When fear tries to hijack your thoughts, you must shout in defiance with unshakable convictions. When doubt rears its malicious head, stamp it down with the boot of your belief. Fear wants to keep you stuck. Courage demands you move forward, and forward you must go. If you choose to be unstoppable, you must condition your mind daily in the fires of discipline and vision. Mental toughness is not a gift bestowed on the lucky. It is a weapon you forge every single day in the moments no one else sees. Each morning, you sharpen the edge of your resolve. Each night, you reflect on the battles fought and the progress gained. Read potent words that light your soul. Speak affirmations that sculpt your mindset. Take actions saturated with intent. All the while, you feed the seeds of greatness in your mind so thoroughly that there is no corner left for weakness to breed. Over time, your will grows so deep, your conviction so resolute that every tempest in life becomes a mere gust of wind. You were not fashioned to be feeble. You were born to conquer the difficulties that threaten to break you. The blaze of your potential is waiting imprisoned behind the bars of your own doubts and timidity. You can't unlock that fire with idle wishing. You do it by forging your mental grit. You do it by answering every challenge with an unwavering, I am more than enough, and every time you do, you build another layer of unstoppable resolve. Without a definite purpose, you're a vessel adrift at sea, bobbing aimlessly with no guiding star, but with definiteness of purpose, you suddenly become a warship surging through the waves to the port of your choosing. This clarity acts as the bedrock of your mental toughness. Everything else, discipline, action, resilience, flows naturally from it. A mind anchored to a burning why towers invincible against the fiercest storms. The man who knows precisely what he wants to achieve, and above all, why, is already halfway up the mountain. Purpose stiffens your spine when your body begs you to rest. It pushes you through nights of lonely labor when lesser hearts have long retreated to comfort. When you harness the full force of your why, you break free of needing permission. You no longer ask the world to allow you to succeed. You rise with your mission etched into your eyes, unstoppable even in the face of failures or rejections. This is the kind of power that redefines what you believed was possible for you. With purpose blazing, self-discipline becomes the extension of your will. It's your lifeblood for day-to-day battles, the quiet command that keeps you on the field when others flee. Self-discipline is that vital skill of mastering your own impulses, redirecting your energy from comfort to progress, from lazy ease to purposeful struggle. It is not forged in moments of popularity or applause. It emerges in the bleak intervals where you stand alone, confronting your own temptations and forging yourself anew each time you choose to reject them. When feelings rage out of control, self-discipline is the dam that keeps your life from flooding with poor decisions. When you catch yourself drifting on social media or indulging self-pity, it's discipline that slams on the brakes. This is not about punishing yourself, it's about liberating yourself from that lesser version who would fritter away precious time for scraps of fleeting comfort. The truly disciplined do not mourn the illusions of fun they bypass. They rejoice in the higher freedom. They gain the freedom to become a force of unstoppable will who can actualize even the most audacious dreams. But mental toughness also demands the iron hammer of persistence. Each failure or misstep tries to sabotage your spirit. Each disappointment beckons you to retreat. Yet it is precisely in these punishing moments that your real character is forged. When the entire world screams that you've done enough, that it's time to fold your hand, you must stand firm. Let the naysayers chatter. Let the obstacles multiply. In your soul, you must declare that you will keep advancing, keep attacking your goal until the ground beneath your feet gives way, or the walls in front of you crumble. Because destiny sides with those who will not be driven off, who press and press until success has no recourse but to yield. Faith is the intangible asset that underlies each surge forward, each refusal to accept defeat. Faith is not just hoping you'll succeed. Hope is weak and indefinite. Faith is a granite sense of certainty that looms large inside you, proclaiming victory is assured. Faith sees the invisible, hears the inaudible, and feels the intangible. It already lives in the future you're building when others see only risk. Faith sees an open door. When life betrays you with a sudden blow, faith stands unbowed, for it trusts in the unstoppable resilience of your spirit. It drives you to do more, risk more, achieve more than any rational observer might deem possible. But all the desire, all the discipline, all the faith in the universe will come to nothing if you fail to master the art of swift and unwavering decision. Hesitation kills ambition more certainly than failure. It is the slow rot that sets in when you doubt your own capacity to act. Decide with finality and watch as your entire being organizes itself around that choice. Decide that you will become unstoppable and see how your environment, your efforts, your alliances all transform to match your resolution. If you linger in indecision, you invite the creeping vines of fear to strangle your dreams. Decision is energy. Decision is life. Decision is the unassailable fortress you build to stand unshaken by the swirl of random events. Fear and doubt feed upon your attention. Each time you tremble before them, they grow bolder and more entrenched. Each time you stiffen your spine and declare, "Not today," they shrink like shadows in the face of a rising sun. Fear is a cunning liar, weaving nightmares in your mind. Doubt is that sinister voice telling you you're unworthy, that you should stay small to avoid heartbreak. Both are illusions that vanish the instant you engage them with unwavering courage. The mind that dares to defy fear automatically gains a measure of sovereignty over all lesser obstacles. Yet to maintain that sovereignty, you must condition your mind on a daily basis. As a soldier would check his gear, a warrior would sharpen his blade. The mind is your greatest sword, but left unpolished it dulls. Left uncared for, it rusts. Each day you must choose mental nourishment that pushes you higher. Read words that stoke your spirit into a blaze. Speak affirmations that root you in unstoppable determination. Let your actions reflect your unbreakable mission. If you do not feed your mind strength, the world will feed it mediocrity, and mediocrity grows like a weed strangling the seeds of greatness. Every morning, reaffirm your purpose, set your mind upon the fortress of discipline, vow to persist in all circumstances, stoke the fires of faith, and make bold decisions that carry you further than you thought possible. Every night, reflect on the battles fought and the ground gained. This is how you carve your will deeper into your core. This is how you build the mental resilience of a champion. You are not a hapless bystander in the drama of life. You are the protagonist, armed to the teeth with the mental armaments only you can forge. Your inherent powers run deeper than you suspect, yet they are worthless if you do not claim them. You must step forward fearless of the flames. Without discipline, even the grandest ambition crumbles. Without persistence, even the strongest start vanishes. Without faith, even the mightiest talents rot in the shadow. Without the power of decision, even the clearest vision remains a dream. And without daily conditioning of your mind, every fleeting step of progress can be undone by a single wave of fear or doubt. Self-discipline stands as the dividing line, the difference between dreams and their realization. You do not owe your impulses a single inch of ground. Emotions are fickle. They will lie to you, convincing you to stall, to wait for tomorrow, to indulge in lesser pleasures or short-sighted comfort. Yet discipline steps in like a stern commander. The mission demands your service now. If your desire is to ascend the highest heights, your only recourse is to follow that commander's call, no matter the complaints from your body or your mind. Relentless persistence is the rallying cry. Each blow from life might bruise you, but it can never break you unless you let it. The moment you decide you'll stand again, no matter how many times you're struck down, is the moment the tides of destiny begin to shift in your favor. If you can outlast the pain, you can outlast the doubt, and by outlasting, you ultimately conquer. Success belongs to those too stubborn to surrender. Faith is not a naive fantasy, but an inner compass guiding you relentlessly through uncharted territory. You may see no evidence that your dream is feasible, but the faith within you says, keep building, keep striving, because you have glimpsed the future in your mind, and no external clamor can drown out the echo of that vision. Through faith, every obstacle you encounter becomes an opportunity to refine your weaponry for even bigger conquests ahead. And always, always anchor yourself to the power of decision. Indecision is the agonizing slow death that robs you of the momentum you need. Perfection is a myth. The unstoppable do not wait for the perfect day, the perfect plan, or the perfect feeling. They act, adjust, refine, and keep moving, leaving their hesitating competition far behind. The crucial step is to choose right now which direction you will live, the direction of unstoppable forward motion or the direction of anxious stagnation. Guard vigilantly against the sly infiltration of fear and doubt. They can slip into your mind under the cloak of caution or reason. They disguise themselves as protective thoughts or well-intended advice from the timid, but once inside they fester, seeding hesitation, cultivating confusion until you no longer trust your own power. Treat fear and doubt as mortal enemies. The mind that embraces them rots from within. The mind that repels them grows impervious to every type of adversity. Daily mental conditioning is your eternal discipline, the sum of 1,000 small actions that accumulate into a mountain of unstoppable will. Wake up each morning with the fervor of a soldier on the eve of battle. Master your environment, read books that stoke the embers of courage, discard influences that sow negativity or complacency, flood your subconscious with the unstoppable themes of possibility, ambition, and unwavering faith. The sharper you make your thoughts, the less chance mediocrity has to stake any claim. Ladies and gentlemen, you were not summoned onto this earth to bow and scrape before the illusions of impossibility. You are here to conquer them, to reshape them, to hold your life in your own two hands like a potter shaping clay. But that feat requires an iron mind. Achieving an iron mind requires daily forging in the fires of discipline, perseverance, vision, faith, and the fearless crushing of doubt. Each of these principles we've laid before you is not optional but essential if you are serious, truly ferociously serious about manifesting the greatness you carry in your marrow. So heed this clarion call. Let all weakness drain from your body in this very moment. Let all timidity fall away. Let every reason to quit be set on fire by the furnace of your unbreakable will. Rise each day with your definite purpose blazoned across your mind. Pour your soul into disciplined action. Persist until walls crumble under your might. Feed your faith so generously that fear grows starved and limp. Decide with finality and banish the slow poison of hesitation. Condition your mind daily with unstoppable thoughts. Yes, the path is steep. Yes, it demands a price, but that price is infinitely lower than the cost of regret if you do not become who you were born to be. Let this be the day you unleash yourself from smallness, from half measures, from everything that once told you settle. Let this be the day you take the first or the 1,000th step in forging the unstoppable champion within. Let your old doubts burn away like morning fog under a blazing sun. You are commanded to act, to seize, to conquer with the unbounded force that only a fully committed soul can muster. Seize your mind, seize your destiny, stir the sleeping giant within who yearns to break free, and do it all with unstoppable momentum so that every time you glance over your shoulder, you see only the dust of your old limitations scattered behind you. Now is the time to stand in your own power, to proclaim that your vision will not be compromised, to vow that fear will not be the final word. Now is the time to say, I am the master of my thoughts, the captain of my destiny, the unstoppable force of my own creation. This is your clarion call to embrace the mental toughness that transforms men into legends and mere desires into unstoppable achievements. And so I challenge you, dare to claim your rightful greatness, dare to condition your mind daily, dare to banish fear and doubt from your kingdom, dare to cast your decisions like thunderbolts, dare to persist when your very bones ache with fatigue, dare to hold unbreakable faith in your ability, dare to wrap your life around an unshakable purpose so all lesser distractions crumble. Embrace this mission and watch as your life erupts with power and possibility. Do it now. Stop waiting on the sidelines. Rise, and with the blazing spirit of an unconquerable mind, unleash yourself upon your dreams. In the words of Napoleon Hill, and the spirit of the unstoppable act on this vision with boldness. Today, not tomorrow, not someday. Subscribe wholeheartedly to this path of unwavering discipline and awaken the limitless giant that has always slumbered in your soul. Because time is short, life is a precious gift, and your potential is too grand to remain hidden. Stand up, decide that fear no longer has a place, vow that doubt shall never again chain you, and step forward with unstoppable mental might. Subscribe now to the unstoppable future you were always meant to inhabit. Seize the moment, seize your destiny, and become irrevocably the conqueror of your own mind. The world awaits your unleashed brilliance. Go forth and claim it.